Peekaboo. Peekaboo, I see you, Gucci Goo. Good morning, children, teenagers and grown-ups. Scott Benson, Skid Steer Premier YouTube channel, Georgia Nuts. I got a job. This is a little bit unusual. I got a job that I thought was going to be pretty much quick and in and out type thing. And so I hauled 3 loads of crush and run. I just was supposed to fix about probably a football field worth of driveway. And I did that, and you know, I showed the homeowner about some ditches that were some problems about pooling that I was worried about when I finished. And sure enough, the next day I ain't even got my equipment out there, and it's poured down rain and the driveway held water. I'm actually going to post somewhere a video simultaneously running while I'm talking of the driveway. The water's coming down from the mailbox, and it's actually just running steady like a creek, eroding the driveway and going straight down it. And so somehow I've got to put a stop to that. And I was going to clean out these ditches, and anyway, the job changed. After the 3 loads of crush and run, I thought I was going to be loading up and heading out. We talked about the pooling, and he agreed that I could bring the excavator over there and clean out the ditches and try to stop that from happening. But the problem is I need more material. I say this all the time. I feel like I'm always a prisoner to material a lot. But I need more material real bad, so I can't have any. It's not in the budget anymore. I appreciate their business, and you know, we're trying to make it work the way we can. His daughter lives next door to him. I'm even doing a driveway that I'll show you, a small driveway I'll show you when I get over there too. But now this has turned into a video. I'm going to talk with him today and make sure he's okay, because there's obviously 2 ways. There's only 2 ways that this can be solved. You know, it's a swell, and I've either got to take material off the side or add material and build it up. I mean, it's just gravity versus water. I mean, it's got to, one of those 2 things have to happen. So I don't know if he's going to be comfortable with me taking as much material off the sides to create water flow off the top of this driveway, because it's swelled. So that's what I'm going to find out. Today I'm about to go and hook the gooseneck trailer. My pintle hook trailer, the skid steer, and the vibratory roller is already over there. Now I'm hooking the gooseneck trailer up. I'm going to go get 10 landscaping timbers and some metal stakes and stuff like that to create a small border for his daughter to hold the gravel in and create a small walk path. And ironically, the walk path is kind of like this walk path. It's going to be pretty much identical. So, and then lead to the driveway. So, let's get the pintle hook trailer hooked to the F-350 truck. Gonna head to Lowe's, pick up some material. It's been raining pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna get any machine work done today, but I'm gonna at least go over there and drop that off and see if the ground's, if I can get it level enough to form up with the landscaping timbers. So let's get to work. All right, we're gonna get the coupling hooked up. Got the chainsaw to cut the timbers with, rake. Another strap needs to go inside the trailer over here because I robbed one from the other trailer. It seems like, I don't know if you guys do that all the time too, to where, you know, you take tools out of one spot and you need them in your other truck or your other trailer, crap like that, like this right here. Okay, I need this trailer. I needed that trailer yesterday, which is at the job. So I moved that lawnmower over here in front of this trailer so I could get that trailer out. Now I need this trailer, I gotta move the lawnmower. I don't have anywhere to put it. I need covered areas, and I don't have those. I want me a metal building so bad. I just can't afford to spend the money on it. But that's my next bucket list thing, is I'd like to have me a big metal building. There are pretty good prices on them, but again, you know, you got too much stuff going on, can't spend it, you know. But I got to get this bad boy fired up and get it out of the way, and then back up and get the pintle hook, get the gooseneck. So let's rock. All right, I think I got everything loaded up. Of course I don't. I forgot something, I'm sure. Trust me on that. Anyway, let's roll to the Lowe's and pick up 10 cross ties. I think 20 of the flat bars I like to add when I put them together. I'll show you when we get there. I mean, look, it ain't nothing fancy. I'm not a carpenter, but it works. And I need 2 14mm sockets to go on the impact wrench. So let's go shopping. Then after we go shopping, let's go to the job. All right, got here to the job. I don't want to make this too confusing, but anyway, if you can see way down there, there's a mobile home trailer. That's his daughter, and that's his house, the dad. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I've been working on this driveway for the father, and I'm also doing a small parking spot for the daughter. So this is kind of 2 jobs in one going on at the same time. These landscaping timbers are going to hers for a border to keep the gravel out of her yard. They really don't know that I'm kind of doing that. It's just a bonus. You know, I like to try to always do something on the job that's gonna be better than what it was supposed to be, you know, as a surprise to the customer. But the reason I'm at the end of the driveway right now is to give you an update on what's happening, because some of this work I did thinking it was too short and I wasn't even going to fool with it on a video, and then I came over here during the rain and it wasn't the area I fixed, but it was just a complete disaster down here right before the area I fixed. And I watched the water run, and these customers have been good to me to give me this work, and I really do like this gentleman that's a customer of mine, Mr. Wayne. And so, you know, look, no matter what it takes, even if I'm gonna have to lose a load, which I think that's really what I'm gonna end up doing on this job, is losing a load of 5s, but I'm not gonna leave this job at this point without it being satisfactory to me and to my customer. So let me show you what I ran into the other day. You know, I wasn't supposed to do anything with this entrance here, but I was really surprised at what was going on here. Water is coming off this road and it's dumping down his driveway, and I'm gonna put the video back up top of the screen again so you can be watching it simultaneously while I'm taking and going over this. But as I'm walking toward my truck and trailer, water literally was flowing like a creek, and you can see that above, and it's running right down through here, down the driveway, and it's going all the way down here to where you'll see that down through here, it's literally just running down the driveway, because the driveway is now a swell, and I've got to knock off some of these sides to give the water somewhere to run and put a stop to this. You can see, I think you can see how much higher the side is. And look, he needs more material. But look, I get it. I mean, material's high, and you know, it is what it is. But it puts a really tough damper on me to, I mean, at the end of the day, I can't make material. I mean, you know, it's just, you need it for the job. So here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm hauling my excavator over here tomorrow, and you can see, you know, now they're trying to move over to the side where this is puddling. It's pretty much ponding. So I did 3 loads of crushing run down through here, and this turned out pretty decent. Unfortunately, it just poured on it the next day, and it's kind of sloppy. So I'm going to tailgate some 5s down through here, and right here's where it ponded, where I stopped. I only had enough material for 3 loads. When I stopped here, all the water moved from the area we were trying to fix, and it decided to start where I stopped. So the water's coming down the driveway, and then it's puddling here. So I'm gonna have to reslope this thing on a downhill grade right here, and somewhere down here cut me an invisible valley, an invisible swell, so when water comes down through here, it meets in a V. You know, and the reason I'm doing it this way is because I don't have no material. But I'm gonna have it meet, I'm gonna have it taken, you know, it's coming this way. You can tell I probably maybe by my truck. And then what's happened is it's running and ponding. So anyway, I'm going to take and cut a V right here in these areas, a couple of them, and I'm going to cut out the sides over here and make it a spot to where when it hits that V, it's got to run out one of these spots, almost like a pipe, an invisible pipe without putting in a pipe. So that's the plan here. I was going to show you that real quick before I head down here and unload these timbers, unload this unhook this trailer, and then I really don't know what I'm doing next, so we'll just see what happens. All right, got down to the daughter's house and I'm doing a mock setup. I'm gonna let her look at this afternoon when she gets home, before I put the spikes and little connectors on. I'll show you that real quick. Anyways, this is anyway, let me turn you around this way first. This is what it'll look like. You pull your car straight in, obviously straight in right there, and then there's gonna be a gravel walk path right here. And what I'll do is for every single landscape timber, I'll drill a hole and put a 12-inch spike in, and on each side, and that just keeps them from moving around. And then in every joint, I'll screw a piece of this flat bar in, every single one of them, to keep them, you know, that'll stabilize them too. So in other words, you know, putting that in each one, and then taking in a 12-inch spike, add the flat bar in, that'll keep them from moving on the customer, and that'll be good. They wanted it a little bit wider, but you know, again, y'all always preach this, the budget just don't allow it. But I'm going to show you this section right here, what I'm going to do next. Unfortunately, I parked my truck right on top of it, but we'll just give it a go anyway. So obviously I done showed you that, where you walk in, you park here, and then from this corner flag, I'm gonna make a U-turn. My trailer's parked in the parking area, but if you see these flags straight down through here, That's where this corner one, let me walk back here so you can see it. But from this corner flag, those will run parallel pretty close. I'll probably have to scoot over a little bit more to the right because gravel's just really tight on this job. And but anyway, you see the trajectory. I'm going to be going down there and joining in to her daddy's driveway and stopping. And let me go over here. This corner, same philosophy. I don't have a flag down there to show you the trajectory, but anyway, you can see we're going to go down there and marry down through there. And then if you look up underneath my truck, you know, I got some grading to fix and some mess up underneath here and moving some dirt around. And these mud holes, I got to fix all that, and then taking fives is gonna go on top of all this. I was gonna do the parking spot all with fives and then run one loaded crushing run, but honestly, with this puddle here, and there's another puddle right there, I'm gonna go with the fives all the way, and I'm gonna go as far as I can go. The fives probably gonna, we wanted to go all the way to the curve. I just don't think she's gonna have enough material for that. I'm thinking probably if we're lucky, you know, we're gonna get somewhere around this mud hole, but we'll just see what happens. So anyway, that's what's going on down here at this job. You know, I think I'm gonna go up there, and I'm considering, I don't know if I'm gonna get to skimming that out today or not, because real quick, I'm gonna have to go right over here. If you watched any of my previous videos, you'll see where the vibrator roller pinched a hose and I replaced it. Well, I think there's air in the line, because when I went to use that vibrator roller yesterday, it is clanking and clanking up at the coupler tree on the skid steer. And so I'm gonna take and hook the vibrator roller up and kick the nuts off on the high-low and the case drain hoses and see if I can't bleed out the lines like you used to do back in the old school with the brake lines. So that's what I'm gonna try to see if I can do next. And when I hook that up and cut it on, I'm gonna let you hear what a nightmare that is. And then we'll see if, when I crank the hoses and bleed them, if did that solve the problem or not. So anyways, let's see you in a bit. All right, we're gonna see if this helps by talking to my hydraulic guy. He told me to try this. This vibrator roller was brand new last job, and I only used it once. I pinched a hose and replaced the case hose. So now I'm getting all kinds of racket. So he's thinking they're air, like I said before. I'm gonna let you hear it real quick. You're always supposed to turn this attachment on with the idle all the way down before you cut the flow on. So here we go. There's the noise. As you can see, when I move the hydraulics, it changes the way the noise is. So I'm going to try to bleed the lines and let's see what happens then. I don't know. All right, as usual in this business, the Takeuchi, first time ever, is down for the count. It's starving for fuel. I drained the fuel separator, because I wasn't getting no air codes or anything. So it ended up it starving, it was bogging down. So I kept running it. So I was hoping some codes would pop up, and they did. And I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's fuel filters clogged on it. And so little baby girl's gonna stay parked right now. It's already 4 o'clock anyway, so I'm gonna head back, and tomorrow I'll load up the other Takeuchi, bring it over here, drop it off, and then tomorrow I'll be running loads of gravel. So you've seen me skimming out that area, and we'll catch you back up with you tomorrow. All right, I'm running behind a little bit. Got the Takeuchi fixed. I was really glad. It's trashing a 90-degree angle fuel line. It happens a lot. So let me get you caught up on what's going on. Even though I brought the skid steer for backup plan, I'm gonna run that one that got fixed, make sure everything's going all right with it, but I have been using it. Let me show you around what we got done, and right now I actually have a load of 5s on the truck too. I'm about to dump those and go get as many as I can before closing time. So I got the landscaping timbers in. There's Cujo right there. What's up, Cujo? So I got the landscaping timbers in. I got the brackets where each one of them meet, and also got the spikes in, two spikes per timber to hold them in place for them. So about to get some gravel down, not in this area. I'm actually going to have to, since this is built, I'm going to actually have to take, and when I get it piled up over here, I have to take and feed it in with the excavator bucket in here, because this is not wide enough for my excavator. The excavator bucket 67 inches. I don't know what this is, but it's too small. I can't drive in there. And so I'll just take the pile I have that I'm about to dump in the truck, and I'll just take and spread it out with the excavator bucket. Let me back up so you can see, and I'll get you set up for some of this action. But anyway, I'm going to fill that with gravel. The walk path, I've got it skimmed out pretty much right here for where the gravel's going to go, and utilities were marked before I did that. You can see the orange lines. Well, that's the fiber. That's all that really matters to me. Power's overhead. Hence, if you see that line, you see where my truck is. That's not where I'm going to be dumping. If not, I'm hit the line. So I'm going to have to scoot over, and it won't be a part of that. If I back up a little bit, we'll actually see down through there. I'm going to try to see if I can get as far as I can get. I don't know how much these 3 loads is going to do for me. And then as you can see right there, that's the turnaround. So the truck's parked in the parking spaces, plenty of room for vehicles there. I wish I didn't have my truck there, but I'll give you a shot of that a little bit later when I do the gravel spread. And then right there is going to be the little turnaround. So let's get this gravel out of the truck. All right, let's get a quick peek where we at right now. I'm about to take a load of, I got a full load right here. I'm about to take part of that load, and I'm going to dump it part of it right there to finish up that curve. And then I'm going to tailgate the rest of it down his driveway, and I'll get into that whole subject tomorrow. But anyway, I'm going to put a little bit right here just in case I'm short up here. So let's take a look around. There we are right now, and it's a little thick for me, but the day's coming to an end. I got to get this out of my truck, but I think it's turned out pretty dang good so far. And this pile right here, when I bring the excavator tomorrow, I'm just going to scoop that up and pitch it up here inside this walkway. And whatever I can't reach, I probably can't reach all the way up in here. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to use the manual bucket, which is a rake. So anyway, I'm gonna try to get it as far back in here as I can, and then I'm planning on bringing the skid steer right through here, but I'm gonna back it up real softly with the tracks toward the woods, and then come straight up through here and put me some in, and then maybe I won't have to rake as much. But that's gonna be tomorrow's plan. I know they're, right there, they're parking right there and running all over that all the time. But and I also know that the septic tank was right here because they had actually set it above grade for some reason. I didn't catch the fly on all that, and somebody had to bring in dirt and mound that up right there to cover the tank. So the tank is right there, and it's right at ground level. So I'm going to put a pile right here, tailgate that out, and I'm gonna have to take the skid steer and move some of that I'm tailgating, but I got to get it out of my truck because I've got to load the excavator up, and I don't want a full load of gravel and the excavator behind me. That tips the scales. So let's get this load out of the back. Next day on the job, and we're gonna get classy today. I'm talking about 5-6 star classy. Yes, the ham sandwich. Let me introduce you to mustard and serve a delicate splash of horseradish, upside down horseradish, by the way, with the Heinz yellow natural mustard, and the ham fresh from our farm today. Enough of being stupid. Let's get to work. All right, excavator's loaded. Let's head over and unload it. Thank God the manual labor on the walk pass over, because I'm too fat and too ugly to be doing manual labor and too old. All right, now I can use this excess rock that I got left over right here, drag it on back and scoop it up and contribute down there to that one. I'm gonna go ahead and get all this done, move what rock I'm not gonna use down there, and then that way, whatever rock I got left over, I'm gonna try to utilize it way down there. And that's gonna be our next. I started that project, stopped that project. Now we're gonna start that project again, add it on something different. We'll talk about that when we get up there. Fat boy! I forgot to tell you, I said I would be done with that. I am really done with the daughter's driveway. It's up that corner. But I forgot that I do have to vibrator roll it. I didn't forget I had to do that. I forgot to tell you that. So I'm gonna go down here and try to regrade out his driveway. And before I do that, vibrator rolling, I'm gonna go down here and try to regrade out his driveway, put a pitch on it, and then we'll take the excavator down there. And I gotta clean out some ditches and see how close that power line is. I picked a great place to unload. I mean, it ain't gonna be a problem, but still, you don't wanna do stupid crap like that. So, see you down there. Okay, let me bring you up to speed. I forgot to set you up, but I'm going to set you up and bring you up to speed. Anyway, I probably put this insert in 2 or 3 times where the water was running at the very beginning of the video a couple of times. Here's where we at right now. I kind of took off before I got a chance to. I hadn't done anything to this entrance yet. It really needs crushing run because the hill's so high. As you can see right there, everybody's spinning. And these 57s that somebody put on it, I mean, dude, that just ain't gonna do nothing but spin. Long story short, I got ahead of myself and didn't set you up like I said. But this side of this driveway is built up so much, water can't drain. And so I'm gonna backfill all this right here and bring it up to level with where it'll look right. If you see down through there. But what I had to do is, because the driveway was like this, like a bowl, and the sides, the driveway had went below grade and the sides were higher. So I mean, they just ain't nowhere for the water to go. Now it was coming more down that road. So as you can see now, I got a tilt and cut that out. Water come down through here and shed off into this area where the field is. There's actually a pipe right there that goes from here to here. So it feeds a lot of this pasture and side stuff. I just cleaned out that pipe just a tad bit before I bring the excavator down here. I don't want to groom this up a whole lot because I'm actually going to kind of clean out that ditch a little bit and get the water flowing. But anyway, you can see how I kind of knocked this bank off. All I can say is this was high like this, and so water's getting trapped in the driveway. So hence I still gotta get all this freshened back up. I'm gonna steal a lot of that gravel up there and then end up skimming it up and down this whole driveway. I kind of got into a little more than what I bargained for, but I'm so picky, I just can't help not doing this the way I'd want mine done. So I probably doubled my skid steer time that I usually do, or what I charge for. But I'm gonna keep going along through here and then kind of see where I'm at. I hate it because I do this at every job. If you watch any of my previous videos, you'll see, man, I'm thinking of changes. That's what I'm doing. So let's get you set up and let me keep a rocking and rolling down through here somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna put you. What I've been doing is stealing crush and run. It was down there and bringing it up here. This wasn't even part of the deal, but this entrance is a complete mess and I gotta fix it. So stole the crush and run, which is the only thing that's going to work on this hill, and track packed it in, and that's what I was doing when I was running back and forth. But I'm gonna track pack it in a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go down here and see if I can blend in some of these fives on the rest of this driveway, and then take these fives and just steal them up and down through there to make this thing uniform. And then I'll take all this spoils and stuff that I kicked off the side to allow the water to flow, and I'll place them back in there real lightly to dress up the sides, just so they ain't that hump, but I'll dress them back up where they look good with that topsoil. So I gotta get busy. All right, I went ahead and did vibrator rolling on his driveway. The daughter's driveway is finished. I vibrator rolled it. I also got the corner. Sorry I couldn't put you up for that. The GoPro went dead and I had to switch batteries, and so anyway, you missed that footage on the corner where the dad and the daughter's driveway meet. But got this rolled in, and it looks real good. I got to bring the excavator in and start about right along in here and get this ditch kind of going again down through there. I'm gonna probably have to do that on Monday. Right now I got the skid steer. My plan is to get all these spoils, these piles, this topsoil, whatever, and just get it feathered out on the side down through there. And then probably gonna have to call it a day. It's getting late, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to the ditch, because I'm gonna have to unload the excavator and unhook my trailer so I can leave. So I gotta kind of call it quits before it gets too dark on me. and tomorrow's Super Bowl Sunday. So I ain't got time to play tomorrow. I don't even know who's playing in the Super Bowl. But anyways, let's get some of this dirt pushed around and go from there. Okay, next day on this job, headed over there. I'm actually going to haul some of my equipment back because I don't have time to get really good and started. But when we do get started, I'm going to be taking and cleaning out that ditch with the excavator down to the pipe, just pretty much scratching around a little bit and getting it sloped with a little 2-inch fall. And then I think we're going to be pretty much wrapping it up and dressing this up today. I'm going to shoot some ryegrass out, so we'll get some excavation footage and ryegrass footage, and then we'll go over the job and it'll be a wrap over there. Like I said, I think earlier clips, daughter's finished completely. Vibrator rolled all the way from the trailer mobile home all the way to the corner curb, which you'll see after a while at the end of the video. But I'll catch up with you when I get to the job and we start excavating and rye seeding, and then show you around. All right, fat boy got to eat him a chocolate bar, breakfast bar, whatever they are. We headed to the road to do some scratching. Got that little ditch skimmed out. All I needed is just knock it off enough to get that water to feed back into this pipe. This pipe ain't nothing but a transfer in between. It obviously can't run uphill over there, but it's just something to keep the water from holding, so it kind of ponds up and distributes it to the soil. But it's not like a culvert pipe that goes under a driveway where it's officially running somewhere. That's all flat ground. It's actually uphill over there. But it does its job, which it keeps the water off the driveway, and it pools these two areas off this field and that. I'm gonna actually come back down here and just toss some rye seed in these bare areas over here, just for the heck of it. And I'm gonna grab a shovel and just shovel out both ends of this pipe. And like I said, this is just what place for water to transfer. But anyway, I'm gonna shovel that out, slap a little seed on here, and then I'll be good to go. I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, this almost turned into something I wasn't supposed to be doing, but you know, I really want to try to get it right. But a lot of water coming off the road, as you can see from previous stuff, and then pretty much coming down this driveway. Robbed crush and run, fixed that up, got a good tilt right down through here for water to run. Now instead it was running straight down the driveway, which I posted that up at the top 2 or 3 times, and then it was settling down there. I mean, there ain't no way that water is gonna beat this spot right here that's built up. So we're gonna I'm gonna take and get the shovel some seed, load this skid steer up, and I'll probably come get the excavator tomorrow. I've got 2 loads to haul in the morning. I'll already be in the dump truck, so it'll be easier. Dump truck will be warmed up, and I'll come get that excavator tomorrow. So we'll let's get some seed and shovel. That shovel work. Ugh, that manual shovel ain't no fun. Here comes my boss man right now, my customer, YouTube world. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm doing an interview on YouTube because Wayne, my customer, told me he could golf a 70 something. And I'm just shocked about that.
I did shoot 79.
All right, man. Well, he wasn't lying to me. I'm about to head out here, and me and Mr. Wayne gonna go over the job and talk about it, and I'll get back with you in a bit. Well, that wraps things up on this one. Scott Benson, Skid Steer Premier. Skid Steer Premier. YouTube channel Georgia Nuts. Check out some of my previous videos. Appreciate you watching. And hasta la vista, baby.